Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I'll give you guys my recap of the New York Knicks victory over the Sacramento Kings. Before I hop into that, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Knicks Media, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at nyknicks_media. And if you guys enjoyed the video, do not forget to thumbs it up. So, let's jump right into this recap. First of all, I think I get credit for Immanuel Quickley's breakout performance. Well, not breakout performance, but excellent night, because my IQ jersey came in today, and I was live throughout the entire game, repping my IQ jersey. So I'm taking full credit. Obviously, it's a joke, guys, but what a game. What an offensive game from these Knicks. Everybody caught fire. I don't think anybody had a bad night tonight. Everybody shot efficiently. This is exactly what you need to do against really bad defenses. The Sacramento Kings are, if not one of the worst defenses in the entire NBA. And what we just did is score 140 points. That's ridiculous. So my initial take on the game is Frank Ntilikina. Okay, he didn't do that much, but Frank Ntilikina got some minutes tonight because, as we know, Elfrid Payton was out. And wow, I love the rotation without Elfrid Payton. No hate to Payton, but with Derrick Rose in the starting lineup, he did phenomenal. First of all, I'm going to get into all the individual stats, but I love Derrick Rose in the starting lineup as that starting point guard with RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and those guys. I love it. And I also love Immanuel Quickley and Frank Ntilikina paired up on the backcourt off the bench. That's a beautiful rotation. I love every single thing about it. So let's get into our individual stats. And there's a lot to get into because a lot of players had some good nights. So let's get into our all-star Julius Randle, because he's just consistently balling out every single night. 21 points for our guy, 14 rebounds like it's nothing, 4 assists, 9 of 18 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Just another excellent night from Julius. RJ Barrett, he didn't really shoot the ball a lot. He didn't have to do a lot tonight, but he shot very efficiently. 12 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 of 8 from the field. He also has 2 of 3 from downtown. Reggie, 10 points. Beautiful. Nerlens Noel, 8 points, 7 boards. Derrick Rose, 18 points in the first game of him starting this season. 7 of 11 from the field. 6 assists. Another great performance from D. Rose. I love what I saw. Now let's get into the bench, because this was wild, this bench. Immanuel Quickley, 25 points in 20 minutes. This man deserves more minutes. Can you imagine if Immanuel Quickley got 25 plus minutes per game? I don't know what to imagine. 25 points for Immanuel, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from the free, no, 3 of 6, I can't even speak, I'm so excited. 3 of 6 from the three-point line, and this is the most impressive one. 12 of 12 from the free throw line for Immanuel Quickley. This guy doesn't miss from the free throw stripe. He just has a knack to draw fouls like it's nothing. He had a 4-point play, and he's just a veteran out there, the way he can draw fouls, whether that's via the three-point line or driving to the rim. This man is unconscious. Frank Ntilikina, in his first game in a long time, Frank off the bench, 7 points, 2 assists, 3 of 6 from the free throw from the field, 3 steals, and this is the craziest stat from Frank. A 17 plus minus. Plus, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous. So when Frank Ntilikina is on the court, the Knicks were playing well. I feel like every single player on the bench had a ridiculous plus. And that's a good sign for Frank, because I feel like his defense, he had 3 steals. I was always curious. I'm like, yo, how is Frank not a Tom Tibbs guy? I really thought that Frank would get a lot of minutes under Tibbs because he's a defensive-minded guy, and he played phenomenal defense. He was forcing turnovers. He was playing really good off-ball defense, you know, he was trapping players. He was forcing turnovers. He did a lot of dirty work. So Frank, love to see him in the lineup. Hopefully he can continue to get some minutes. Alec Burks. What a fourth quarter for this man. Flamethrower off the bench. This man, Alec Burks, had 5 threes in the fourth quarter alone, and he finished with 24 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 5 of 8 from downtown. Obi Toppin had a beautiful dunk of his own, and it was a great game, man. Taj Gibson had a 3-pointer of his own. He was like this. Everybody was clicking. Kevin Knox came in garbage time. He hit a 3. When you see Theo Pinson and Kevin Knox come in the game at the end, you know it was a good night. So those are the individual performances. Let's get into this overall great game for the Knicks. This was a must-win going into it. We are coming off a bad loss against the Golden State Warriors, a game that I was at, actually. And it was one of those games that we easily should have won, and we didn't. At the end of the game, we got really lethargic on offense. We couldn't score, and we choked, basically. We just choked the game. But tonight, we had an offensive onslaught. Everybody was clicking. It was very fluid. There was something different about this team tonight, and maybe that's because we're going up against a really bad Sacramento Kings defense. That definitely has a lot to do with it, but it's a very good sign that we're taking full advantage of our matchups, because if you guys don't remember, we lost to the Sacramento Kings in Sacramento earlier on in the season. So we got a revenge. We played a phenomenal game. I don't think anybody had a bad game. I want to talk more about Emmanuel quickly, because this man is, you know, it's good to see him get back into it, because he was at like a, what, 4-3 game little rookie slump, which is totally expected for rookies, and he came out tonight, exploded. I mean, he had 8 points in the first 2 minutes of action, and then he had 20 points in the first 10 minutes of action. This man, like, needs minutes. I don't know why he doesn't get a lot of minutes, but I trust Tom Tibbs. Overall, it was just a great game. Derrick Rose, being the starting point guard for the Knicks tonight, filling in for Elfrid Payton, did a phenomenal job. Shot very efficiently, did not shoot the ball too much. He had 18 points. Like, usually when Elfrid Payton gets 18 points, he shoots it like 19 or 20 times. Like, let's be real. Derrick Rose, he shot the ball 11 times, hit 7 of those field goals, and he dropped 18 points. That's why I feel like Derrick Rose needs to be the starter, and that's why I feel like Emmanuel Quickley and Frank needs to be the backcourt together, because we have a beautiful dynamic of defensive from Frank and three-point shooting from Emmanuel. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's get into Julius Randle. Why not? Because this guy's an all-star, and he continues to prove it each game. His ability to just take over. It felt like, oh no, the Kings are coming back. The Kings cut it to an 8-point lead. I'm getting a little nervous on my live stream. I'm like, uh-oh. And then Julius gets the ball. He's like, yo, I got this. Like, why are you guys nervous? Like, I got this. And you're just like this. He's like in his spot, the baseline mid-range step back, contested fadeaway jumper. Good. Julius Randle, absolute beast. I can't even tell you how much I love Julius now, because he's an all-star, and he's proven to be the all-star. He's the engine of the squad. He does everything we need for this Knicks team. He's not just a scorer. He does everything. He crashes the boards. He facilitates. You guys know what's making Julius Randle that great and why he was an all-star. And I'm so happy he's an all-star, because I was really worried he was going to get snubbed. But listen, this is just an overall onslaught game. Let me know your comments down below about this game, because we scored 140 damn points. That doesn't happen often for the Knicks. We're not an offensive-driven team. We're a defensive-minded, old-school type of team that we average like not even barely 100 points per game, a little over 100 points. So for us to drop 140 points, that is ridiculous. Alec Burks in the fourth quarter was unconscious. What he was doing, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, yo, feed him. Let him shoot. Let him shoot. Let him shoot. And he kept shooting, and he kept drilling it. And it was just so awesome to see. I remember a Frank Ntilikina sequence on defense where he stole the ball and then he fed Emmanuel Quickley for 3. That was a sequence that I loved, because I love seeing Frank make plays on defense. I also saw a beautiful play where we played good D, and then Frank bounced past to Obi with a beautiful dunk in transition. There's just so many different highlights from this game that I'm trying to think off the top of my head, because it was just a beautiful game from every single player on the Knicks. I don't know. We have to have momentum. We're one game under 500. Can we finally get back to 500? Please, can we beat the Indiana Pacers at home on Saturday night? That's going to be a crucial game. We already beat the Pacers once. The Pacers beat up. We're 1-1 against the Pacers. We versed them in Indiana both times. We got fans back at the Garden. We got our first W with fans back in the building. It feels good to be a Knicks fan right now. They're a fun team to watch. They're energetic. They're young. And man, all I gotta say is the first game of that Elfrid Payton was something special to watch. I'll tell you guys this to finish off the video. I'm nervous. Why do you think I'm nervous? I'm nervous that Elfrid Payton is going to come back healthy and he's going to start. And that means the rotations we just saw we're not going to see again. I said it over and over and over again. You guys are going to get sick and tired of hearing it, but I love Derrick Rose starting with RJ Barrett, because I do not like RJ and Elfrid Payton together at all. Not good. I love Emmanuel Quickley and Frank Ntilikina together off the bench. Those dynamics are so beautiful. At first, we thought the D-Rose IQ thing was going to work out, and it was for the first like 5 or so games. And then it kind of got really, I don't know if you guys realized, but the past few games, D-Rose and IQ off the bench wasn't doing so well. It wasn't doing so well. Let's keep it real. And then the first game, when they're separated, D-Rose is in the starting lineup. IQ is not with D-Rose, and he's paired up with Frank. They both have phenomenal games. Derrick Rose, 18 points, 6 assists. He was hitting jump shots, contested mid-range jump shots, hitting three-point jump shots, driving to the rim, finish through contact. Beautiful passes, setting up his teammates. It was just a game that proved that I like this rotation, and I'm really excited for the future of this Knicks team. I can't stress it enough. A lot of credit goes out to the coaching staff. Let me know your comments down below what you guys thought of the game. There's a lot to break down, so I'm just rambling on right now. I had a great time in my live stream. Shout out to everybody that was tuning into my Knicks Media live stream throughout the entire game. It means the world to me. If you guys stayed until the end of the video, comment down below a Statue of Liberty emoji so I know you were here all the way until the end. That does it for this video. Do not forget to hit that like button if you guys did not already. I'll greatly appreciate that, and subscribe to Knicks Media as well. That does it for this one. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Let's go Knicks. Peace.